Hey guys and girls, it's Blackjack with 396 Guitars. We have the gold top Epiphone Les Paul on the bench. We're finishing it up today. I'm going to walk you through everything we did in the previous installment, and we're going to start restringing it and do the setup. It's basically time to put it back together and make it play. So, got all the strings put through the stop bar. I have no idea where any of the settings are on this. We haven't really checked it before. We did the other work, but we had put a Seymour Duncan in it, sorted out all the wiring for the push-pull. That's a lot of work because you have to do it's a 5-wire micro wire harness that comes out of the pickup and goes into a printed circuit board on the actual push-pull pot. So you have to reuse that harness, snip it, and splice all the wires into it. It's a lot of fun. I didn't show it because I've done it in other videos, as I said before. You can search that and show. I have more in-depth videos of that actual process. I'm going to restring. I'll pause briefly while I get the rest of the strings on. We have already, he wanted this on there. It's not my choice, but that's what he likes. That's what he wanted. That's what I did. We're going to pause briefly while I put the rest of the strings on. I know how he likes to have his guitar set up. We're going to just make sure that we try to set this one up as close to what his Gibson Les Pauls are, if the instrument will bear it. So stand by. Let me get the rest of these on. Right back. Okay, so all the strings are on. Tune it up to pitch. That one sounds a little sharp. He asked me about these Grover tuners. They look like real Grover tuners to me. There are knockoffs, but usually the word Grover on the knockoffs is kind of wonky. The way it's embossed on the back. These look nice and crisp and clean, the lettering. I'm pretty sure they're real Grovers, and they sure feel like real Grovers. Stretchy, stretchy. We did a lot of work on the saddle. To his credit, he knows what he wants. He knows it's a new instrument, and he specifically requested that I pay close attention to all the V saddles on the bridge. And sure enough, I found some burrs. Bad enough that it would have caused a playability issue, if not broken strings. And then, of course, once we got all that cleaned up, it was, especially the low E, had a really bad burr on it. Some of the other ones I cleaned up. Also, we lubed all the valleys, and we lubed the takeoff points at the nut slots. So, tune to pitch, close enough. They're going to continue to stretch. It's already pretty stable. We're going to go right to checking our setup and see what we need to do. First things first is the neck relief. And it's really, really ultra tight, straight, way too straight. Wonder where we're at. It is ultra flat. No bueno. No good. It was almost slack. we're going to go into and force it, a little bit of relief into it. It's got a two-way truss rod because it's an Epi. Gibsons don't, most of them. You have to run across one anyway. So you can force it into a forward bow or force it the other way to tighten it. I like that. Still too tight. That's not going to be enough. I can just barely start to see a little bit of relief in it. I'm shooting for 12 thousandths. And that got it. Yep, just kissing 12. Like that. We'll check it again as it settles overnight. Everything went flat because we basically slacked the neck. We forced it to slack. Next thing, I want to see where our string height is before we do our intonation. I'm really curious where that is laying. He likes his action low, and I mean low. And that's not it. That's pretty good, but ooh. The bass side is really tall. I mean really tall. Each time we make an adjustment, we want to tune it back up to pitch, so we're always checking adjustments at string tension. What did that get us? It was at like 8/64. We're still too tall. I want it down below 5, probably closer to 4. It is just showing 4/64. Make sure all that didn't throw this out of whack. It did a little bit, but I think we'll get away with it. He's one of those guys. I want my action really low. Like almost unplayable low. But if it's not buzzing, I can live with that. One thing I want to check before we go too far. Stop bars all the way down, and we have enough clearance there, so that's never going to be an issue. That's another one of his pet peeves. He likes his stop bar all the way down. Okay. Mission accomplished. Check one more time and make sure we didn't lose any of our adjustment from tightening up to tension. I think it could go down a little bit more there. It came up from tightening it, which will happen. That's where we want it, right there. And that should be the last time we have to do that. I know he's going to be pleased with that. Sometimes it takes one or two instruments with a particular client to realize exactly where they are and the way that they play. And that's absolutely critical, because normally I would set the bass side on this higher, and that would even be higher. You don't even see the 4/64 line there. That's low. And we're just over the 4/64 line here. I would normally be closer to 5 there, and right at 4, just above it. I like that. Intonation. Good. Good. They usually get that right. Uh-oh. G, rotten kidding class. No, that's sharp. That is sharp. Which means I have to move the saddle back, and it's already way far back. It's not much left there. But it should be enough to get us set where it needs to be. It's much closer. I don't have much more I can go. Will it go all the way more? Nope, that's it. Buried. It's really, 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 really close. But can't move the saddle anymore. Same there. B is a little sharp. Come on, you. Intonation. It's chasing your tail for an hour. Always. Dead on. That one's a little sharp too. Alright, so they got the low side right. Oh, and point of interest. Some of these you have to turn clockwise to push them back, and the other ones you have to turn counterclockwise. They don't have the threads the same. Come on, you can do it. Beautiful. Everything else lined up. We got our string height where we want it. We do need to double check that because moving those saddles up and forward can affect that slightly. It can affect it slightly, although not usually measurably. That's good. And that's good. Not one dead fret or buzzing fret in the bunch. I like that. I like it. I wonder what it sounds like. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can tell you that the neck pickup is a little hotter than that Seymour Duncan. I don't know what it measures at. I don't know what it's supposed to measure at. I didn't bother measuring it, but it's working perfectly. It sounds really nice. It's got a really bright sound. That's it. We're done. We've got intonation set, neck relief set. We checked our string height again and again and again. The last thing we want to do is see where we're at here. Well, that would explain that. We're a mile away there. That could be why that didn't sound as powerful. Get it up here where it belongs and try it again. It did come up quite a bit. Remember, that's the pickup we changed, so I never did do the exact height on it until just now. Closer. A little bit more. This is time consuming doing a setup, but you have to do this. Yep. Yep. Come up slightly. Beautiful. I wonder if that made a difference. Big difference. Critical how close that is. I'm surprised I almost missed that. Almost missed it. Human, but I caught it. I caught myself. I love it. Love it. Epiphone Gold Top, set up just like his Les Paul, his real Gibson Les Pauls, which is really close action, really tight to the board. That's the way he likes it, and this instrument will bear it. So for a fraction of the cost, he bought this guitar compared to, say, a regular Les Paul standard, whatever you want to compare it to. And this one is standing tall, and it sounds really hot now with a much better bridge pickup in it. That one was in it. So yeah, it's ready to go back to the client. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments, and thank you for your support. And remember, if you dig what I'm doing, like and subscribe, and please share.